Mom, there's nothing to eat here in this bloody house.
What are you bitching about, Pete?
No bloody food in this bloody house, and this pissed me the fuck off.
Why don't you get a job and move out? You're like 50 years old or something.
46. That's a big difference. Don't you ever slander my name in this house again.
What are you gonna do about it, Pete?
Kick your ass just like the last time you pushed my buttons.
Grow up, Pete! Don't dig with Grandma, dumbass!
Here's your paper, you idiot.
Hey, you little fucker.
Trying to figure out what kind of size condoms I'm gonna buy for tonight.
You got a girl coming over?
No, Pete. I'm making balloon animals.
Condoms?
You're an idiot, Pete.
Well, I'm gonna buy some chili.
You got a girl coming over?
Yeah, and she likes it when I fart in her hair.
Not now. I said not now. Yo, moron, I'm busy in here. If you could just fuck off, that'd be great. Thank God.
Yo, asshole, what do you want?
Hey, wait!
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
What do you need, Pete?
You gotta help me. I'm up on charges of statutory rape.
Well, did you do it?
Yeah, I did, but you're the best lawyer in Idaho.
Can't help you, Pete.
Why the bloody hell not?
You just admitted guilt.
I'll admit guilt in your mouth later.
Steve, this is why you have no friends or a wife.
Pete,
I know that, Steve.
why the bloody hell do you keep calling me Steve? Steve's my brother. I'm Pete.
You're too immature to be called by your own name.
What?
Time's up, champ.
So, did it hurt?
Did what hurt?
When you crawled out of the depths of hell, you fat cow.
What?
I mean, when you fell from heaven.
Go fuck yourself, loser.
Shit. Well, what doesn't work for one chick may work for another. So, did it hurt?
Did what hurt?
When you crawled out of the depths of hell.
The bloody fuck are you cooking?
Making top ramen.
It's more like poop ramen.
Take your next left. Left, not right, damn it, Kit.
Stop yelling at me, I'm dyslexic, okay?
You're douche-lexic.
I don't need a fucking backseat driver, Mom.
But you don't know where the church is.
You know what? Fine. Why don't you drive? Fucking slut!
Okay, Pete, try and hit this fastball.
I'm on it, coach.
Pete, why don't you try out for women's curling? Maybe you won't get hurt doing that. All right, boys, let's get to practice for real. Good work today, boys. Good work.
Fuck with me, huh?
What do you mean you're breaking up with me?
I'm done with this kid.
But I love you.
We've known each other for 3 days.
But weren't those 3 days magical?
Let's see. You started at the movies and you tried to rape me. That's not really what I would call magical.
I said I was sorry for that.
Put me down, Kit.
No, I'm not going to put you down. If I put you down, then you'd leave me.
Put me down, Kit.
No.
Put me down. Put me down, Kit.
No. I want my Narnia sweatshirt back.
This one could be. Oh my god, it's a bomb! We're all gonna die! Run! Haha, douchebags!
Oh, shit.
Give it 10 more minutes.
You know it's time to get up now, kid.
Okay. Up. I'm up. Oh, jeez. Snow cones. Get your snow cones. God, my life is gay.
Fix my bloody computer.
Probably.
Well, you want some money for it?
Probably.
How much money?
Don't know.
How about if I give you $2 Indian and you rub it between your butt cheeks?
Probably.
So where's the computer?
Don't know.
Where's my fucking computer, you little fucking Jew?
Mom!
What?
Do you have any more ass wipe?
For what?
To eat. To wipe my ass.
You pooping?
Well, no, not anymore.
Then why do you need it?
To wipe my ass.
But you're not pooping.
I already pooped. Now I need to wipe the poop off of my asshole.
Oh, I'll have to run to the store.
Well, could you hurry up? I got shit I gotta get done.
Like what?
I gotta mow the lawn, put the chain back on my Huffy, play Django with Buddy. Mom? Mom, you still there?
Oh, yeah. Take it off, baby.
Hey, let me see, Pete.
Just a second.
Pete?
All right, here, if you really want to look that bad.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Oh, this is interesting. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Hey, Pete?
Here, officer, there's a peeping Tom.
Okay, so you're
coming with us.
Hey, Pete.
Excuse me. Never gonna take my binoculars again.
Yes, Pete, I hear you. Now, why did you do all this again?
To learn you a lesson.
All right, that'll be $350 to bail him out.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You paid $350 to learn me a lesson?
Yeah, I probably should have thought that one out a little better.
Probably.
I can be such a dipshit at times. I've been Kid. Kid's been my best friend, my best brother for like 20 fucking years now. And Kid, I would so much like to be your penis tonight when you finally rock Emily's bones.
I want a divorce.
We just got married tonight.
I can't stand your brother Pete, kid. I'm sorry.
There he is! The man of the hour!
What's wrong?
And Pete will always be remembered as that special ed boy who cleaned up dog shit with his bare hands. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, sir, that'll be $12.50.
Don't you want to see my ID?
Pete, you're like 47 years old.
I just want to do it right. Don't you want to see my ID?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sir, right here it says you're only 16 years old.
So it does. So what are we going to do about this?
Well, legally, I can't sell you this beer.
Okay, thank you anyways. Have a good day, sir.
Why do you have an ID that says you're 16?
So it can make it look like I was younger so I can pick up the checks.
I don't get you sometimes, Pete.
Fine, you can walk home then.
Still got it, Freddy. Still got it. Hello? What? You're pregnant? Are you sure? Okay. Some 16-year-old girl is pregnant with my child. Now my life is fucked.
Fix my computer next time, bitch.
What are you doing, Pete?
Trying to fix my bloody tranny that bloody went out on Bloody Tuesday.
Need some help?
Like you know anything about cars, John. Oh, really?
And then the wizard went into the castle and dethroned the king.
Kid, get to sleep!
All right, I will, Ma. I just have to finish this story.
Well, don't make it too long.
Yeah, go blow it out your ass.
What did you say?
I said, go smoke some grass, fat ass.
Bloody fuck.
199779895767592.
Expiration date?
0115.
CV code?
561.
Card accepted.
Hello? Hello?
Damn it, I want some pussy.
Kid, I got a call from U.S. Bank.
So?
So, they said they canceled my credit card due to some $4,000 charge on Asian Live Audible sex orgy.
So?
So, was this charge from you?
Maybe.
I am gonna need you to pay me back, kid.
So how about no?
Bloody hell. I think it's finished.
Hey, Pete, what you doing?
I just built myself a time machine.
How does it work?
Well, first you hook these up to your nipples.
Okay.
Then you turn the power on.
But Pete!
Bloody hell, it worked. Maybe I should try this thing out on myself. Now let's turn on the power. Ouch! Fucking thing sucks.
The hell you doing, maggot?
Just thinking about life, man.
How's that going for you?
You okay, man?
I'm tripping balls, man.
It's just a cigarette, right?
Yeah, but earlier, I got a Jeffrey going on with some LSD and meth on a Ritz cracker.
May God bless us for this food.
Alright, can we just get on with this bullshit?
Relax, Warren, and respect Tommy's prayers.
Alright, I'll shut the fuck up and let the goddamn idiot pray.
And may all our problems go away.
Fucking do it! Tell me what to do! Do it!
Oh, it must be my lucky day.
It's mine! I saw it first!
Over my dead body! It's mine!
Cheap ass! Yeah, go home to your mommy's house that you haven't still moved out of yet, loser!
God, he's so right.
Just run up to the door, knock, and run.
So that's what.
Shh! You can't say that word, buddy.
But you just said it 5 times. You also said that this country is run by a good-for-nothing
Shh! I know I said that, but you can't say that. Not out loud. What if your parents hurt you?
But my parents are dead.
Okay, well, what if your dead-ass parents were alive, and then they would... Oh, forget about it. Just go up there and N-word knock.
N-word knock?
Yes, it's a bigger rush than motherfucking Morbid.
Bigger?
Just knock.
Yeah.
What were you thinking, son?
My friend put me up to it. He said it's called negligent knocking.
Negligent knocking?
Yes, and he also said this country is being run by a good-for-nothing, negligent black man.
That's racist!
I think I could teach English pretty good.
You're a retard, man. I think I can teach English gooder.
Oh, baby. I'm gonna give it to you so good.
So gooder.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
So depressed.
Hey, Pete. Want a shotgun of beer, bro?
What's shotgun? No, shotgun a beer, bro.
Hey, Pete. Want a shotgun?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I just want to kiss your lips.
Don't be a fag. Later.
do you smoke so much, Steve?
Because I liked you. Get my fucking ass.
I was gonna kill you someday.
Oh, go fuck yourself, you fucking ass.
And Steve will be missed dearly by his friends and family.
Told the douchebag to stop smoking.
And that concludes the eulogy today for Stephen P. Lake Titicaca Bartholomew Hunt Stevenson.
Goddamn fool's what he is.
Could you not use the Lord's name in vain, Warren?
You can burn in hell, Rabbi.
Kid, what are you doing?
Well, looking at comics. Duh.
You watch your mouth, kid. You need to go out and look for a job.
I'll look tomorrow.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah, well, that makes tomorrow today. So technically, it isn't tomorrow.
You're a dingbat, kid.
Hello, ladies.
What do you want, nerd bomber?
Just want to show you how fast I am.
Oh, please.
Okay, I'll race you to that tree over there.
Okay then, 1, 2, 3.
What happened to you?
Took one for the team, man.
So you DTF?
In your dreams, loser.
What? I just wanted to know if she was down to fuck.
Ah! What the bloody fuck? Who put this in my sandwich?
That would be me, kind sir.
The bloody fuck are you doing in my room?
They call me Bond. Johnny Cash.
Mom! Mom, where you at? Mom! Mom, where the fuck you at?
You eating my Count Chocula?
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
get the hell out of here finally?
Hey, I just pulled a 400 here. We can't leave now.
Well, then I'm taking the car. You can walk.
Someone's on their period.
He's such an asshole.
Hey, Pete, I'm home.
Yeah, so who cares?
Pete, could you help me with some of these?
No, I can't. I broke both my legs in a motorcycle accident.
I'm sorry, Pete. If it makes you feel any better, my girlfriend just broke up with me.
Ah, sucks to be you.
Sucks to be me, huh?
What, are you pregnant?
Long night apart.
You're gonna be okay? You fucking asshole!
Fuck you.
Do you ever think of the afterlife?
No.
I think of it a lot.
What about it?
Like, what is heaven gonna be like?
How do you know you're not going to hell?
Why would I go to hell?
Because you murdered those kittens in 3rd grade.
No, I didn't. That was you.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about your severe heroin addiction?
That's you too.
Oh, shit, you're right. I'm a piece of shit, aren't I?
I'll pray for you.
There's gotta be something you've done to go straight to hell with me.
I'm a pillar of virtue.
Stole a candy bar.
You.
Murdered your ex.
You.
Raped a billy goat?
Me.
We gotta let you go, Fred.
Why?
Because you haven't come to work for 3 weeks.
So?
So, you're fired.
You're fired.
No, you're fired.
You're a duty head.
Let's not act like children.
Your asshole smells.
Everyone's does.
You're the biggest tool in the tool shed.
Pack your things, son.
You pack my things.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, you are.
Want to make me?
I know you are, but what am I?
Please, exit the facility, son.
Yeah, I will. With your mom.
My mom's dead.
That's even better.
Why is that better?
Because I'm a friggin' sick bastard and I'm gonna be all over that hot piece of ace.
That's enough, son.
You're enough.
Seriously, leave.
You played tonsil hockey with...
Long day of work.
Hey kid, need help me move the snowmobile on top of the roof?
What? Now I just sat down, for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah? Don't want to work, huh?
you didn't cut the TV cord. You just cut Uncle Jim's feeding tube. You didn't even think, did you?
Huh? I don't think, huh? I think I just thought of something brilliant.
What the hell's going on?
I hooked up his feeding tube to robot fluid.
How the hell does that work?
I don't know.
Holy fucking shit, Batman.
You just don't think sometimes, do you? Alright, if I make this last shot, you have to blow me.
That wasn't the deal.
Fine, $5 if I make this last shot. That'll be $5, my kind gentleman.
No, I said $5 hairs.
You said $5, you little cunt. Now pay up before I cut your testicles off with my uncle's weed whacker.
Fine. Wait a minute. You don't have an uncle.
You're right, I don't.
And for that matter, you don't have your uncle's weed whacker.
Albert Einstein, straight from the grave. Now give me my $50.
Fine.
I gotta go shave my merkin.
Hey, don't come in here.
Why?
Just don't come in here.
Fine.
Told you not to come in there.
I didn't.
And who did?
Me.
Well, that was a little strange.
Hey, turn on SpongeBob, you fucktard.
What the hell are you doing, Pete?
Getting ready for the big game.
What big game?
Mom, I told you I'm playing a tetherball championship game in Wisconsin.
Well, we live in Idaho.
Mom, I told you it's make-believe.
So you're making believe that you're playing in the tetherball championship in Wisconsin today?
Told you that last night.
No, you didn't.
I sent you an email.
Who does email anymore, Pete? You gotta text me.
You don't have a cell phone.
I do.
You do? Where is it?
Well, it's make-believe.
What?
Well, if you can make believe to be a douche, I can make believe to have a cell phone.
Need to see some IDs, boys.
Oh, sorry, officer. We weren't doing anything wrong, honest.
Let me smell what you got there.
Yes, sir. It's just marijuana.
A little of the devil's lettuce, eh, boys?
Wait a minute. Aren't you that 50-year-old that still lives with his mom?
I don't know what you're talking about, son.
This dude, he still lives with his mom. Yeah, I saw her changing his diaper last week.
We had corned beef and cabbage. Gives me the green apple splatters.
So what, are you just posing as a police officer now?
Not posing. I am a police officer.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Well, why did you lie to us then?
I was trying to impress you.
Impress us? Why?
I'm into little boys.
Dude, that's messed up.
Little boys and lots of...
No can do, Kit.
Tom, but they violated me in the shower.
My cellmate says he wants to lick my tonsils. I'm freaking the F out, bro.
No can do, Kit.
Just get the keys from the warden and bust my ass out, bro.
No can do, Kit.
Is that all you can say? No can do, kid?
No, I can say more.
Like what?
Peter Piper picked his pepper.
You're a fucking tool, bro.
Really? I guess I'll just take these keys back to the warden himself.
Wait, no, Tom. God, my life is gay.
Someone lend me a hand.
Yeah, here you go.
The hell?
Could life get any better? God damn it. The rain ruined a perfect day. You! You're the one who made it rain. Damn you! Huh?
This is the voice of God speaking.
Oh yeah? Well, what the fuck do you want?
You watch what you say, Kit.
Oh, what? You're gonna strike me down with lightning? My fucking ass.
Come on, just one in the face.
No, Pete, this is retarded.
Come on, do it, you pussy.
Why do you want me to hit you in the face with a baseball bat, Pete?
Just to prove once and for all how manly I am. Do it, you fucking pussy.
Okay, fine. Pete?
I'm a certified nurse. What happened?
You told me to hit him in the face with a baseball bat.
And you did?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god! He doesn't have a pulse! He's not breathing!
Well, he's probably dead.
He is dead! Quick, call an ambulance!
I don't think he needs an ambulance if he's dead.
Somebody help me! Somebody call an ambulance!
Just roll the fucker into the creek over there.
You just killed a man, mister! You're going to prison!
Can I have your number?
What?
Your phone number.
Are you kidding me?
No, I thought we could have some sexual intercourse later.
You're a monster!
So what's your number? Area code first.
It's good to be alive. Yes? Nothing. You sure? Cancer? When? 3 months? Where at? Where's the pizza party? In the morning? What time? 24. No. Okay, I'll tell her. Seriously? Butt cheek implants. 4 of them? No, not at the moment. Okay. Tuesday. Yes? Bye.
Hey, Pete.
Hey.
Want to help?
No.
Why not?
'Cause I don't want to help.
Then don't.
Good. Then I won't.
What are you doing today, Pete?
Something cooler than this. See you later, losers. Oh, there you go, boys. Oh. Oh, there you go. Oh. Oh, I think I'm gonna go. Oh, pump that tire. Oh, pump that tire. Maybe I should go see if they need some help.
Oh, peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
These are for Peter, so don't touch.
I can't even have one. Come on now.
No, you stay away from him. I'm gonna go do Peter's laundry, and I expect you to not touch him when I get back.
Okay.
Good.
Sheesh.
Later, bitch!
You killed my kids, you bastard!
Yeah. Okay, shit happens, ma'am, alright? Get over it.
That's harassment, Gary. Now stop it. Wasn't your son the Green River Killer? You brag about it every time you see me. How many whores did your son murder? Why do you get off on that so hard? Didn't you blow out your knee playing high school football and have to hang up the shoulder pads? now you just brag about your serial killer son?
Where the hell is he?
Who, Steve?
Pete! Where's that son of a bitch?
Why, Steve? What did Pete do to you, Steve?
He stole my virginity last night.
What do you mean, Steve?
Pete stole my bunghole virginity last night.
Why, no, he didn't, Steve. That was me.
What?
I cut off Pete's face and glued it onto my own face so you wouldn't know who was ass ramming you on the town pump bathroom floor. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
What you doing?
Making an energy drink for the big race.
What's in it?
Carrots, celery, pickles, onions, and grapefruit particles.
What are grapefruit particles?
It's science and chemistry and all that shit. Something you won't understand.
It's the table of elements that...
Wrong! It's a Declaration of Independence, you stupid fuck!
Fucking piece of shit don't work!
I proclaim this land Transkitvania. Aha!
Oh, Kit, I love your impersonation of Jesse Kasopoulos.
Want to go back to my room with me?
Well, I don't know. We just met.
You're fat.
Jerk!
Fatso! Fucking bitch.
Bloody hell, these things fit like a glove.
Cool. Now all you need is a motorcycle, Pete.
Oh, heck yeah, Harley Davidson.
How are you gonna afford that?
With Uncle Jerry's hidden treasure.
Well, where's that at?
If it was up your ass, you'd know.
Now that you mention it, it does feel like I've had something shoved up my ass for the past couple of days.
Oh, here, use my glove.
Wow, thanks for the advice, Pete.
Now can I have my glove back?
Hey, watch out! Nice. Break time? Break time. Say, how much are we getting paid for this?
$6.54 an hour is what was agreed on.
Nice. What if instead of picking up the dog shit with shovels, I just used the lawnmower and went over the top of it and kind of let the shit just spray in the air?
Loving it,
It'll be a cinch.
Joker!
Knock it off.
What the bloody fuck?
Oh, hey, Tommy. What's up?
Get the hell out of my bathtub, Fred.
Romeo, this here is my bathtub.
This is my house.
Right, but this is my bathtub.
What?
You see, my dear friend Thomas, I disconnected your plumbing, moved your tub out to the alley, reconnected my tub to your water line, so this is my bathtub.
But why would you do that?
Just been really lonely since the divorce.
Oh.
Fuck.
Whoa! Watch where you're hitting that thing, man. These shoes are worth more than your life.
Oh, really? What brand are they?
They're from the Swiss Alps.
What brand?
Swiss Alp Nikes.
That's not a real brand.
That's not a real face.
What?
Oh, for Christ's sake, will you leave me alone? I've been drinking all night.
Don't use that tone with me. It's not my fault you stayed out all night and got drunk. Now give me a cup.
Stop sweeping up so much bloody dust.
Do what I want, bro.
Sweep bloody dust at me one more bloody time. I'll chop off your head and shit down your bloody neck.
Hey Steve, hand me a sig bone.
What the fuck?
I will now write a check for $21. What the fucking fuck?
Fred?
Yeah?
We have a man here.
Can't you see I'm working?
Sir, this is Mr. Womble. He's the highest owner to your company.
Why, yes. Why don't you have a seat and we'll get to talking? Sir, I have your file. Let's get started.
Officer, you're not wearing any pants.
Huh. Now, this is awkward. Well, shall we get started?
Hey, Kit? Yeah, fireworks aren't in season right now.
Oh yeah, well Bill Clinton had a dream too, and look what we did to him. What a horrible time to have to take a piss.
Kit?
Don't talk to me now, you little shit. I'm trying to drain the python.
You're still holding a lit...
Did you not just hear me? I swear to God you'd lose your genitals had they not been duct taped to your pants. This can't be good.
Classic.
And then he tells me, it's not my daughter. You William Shakespeare-looking tool. All right. Now on a more serious note, I called you all here today because you're the closest thing I had to family, and I take a bullet for each and every one of you. What's that, Jeff? You don't believe me? Just go ahead and fuck my sister some more. See if I care.
Hey, Pete. Me and Warren are gonna go shoot some targets. Wanna come?
This would be the perfect one.
No! What? Take me instead!
It's time to go, Pete.
I'll never forget you guys as long as I live!
What the hell, dude?
Do you know where the science fiction section is?
Did you just sniff my hair?
Science fiction section.
No, I don't. What the hell? You again?
Me? Again?
You're that creeper from earlier.
Did we do this already?
You came up behind me earlier and sniffed my hair like a creep.
Oh yeah, that was me.
What are you, retarded or something?
Well, that's what the pastor at my church says when we're role-playing.
What?
So, can I have your number? Area code first.
rubbing my neck. Life is great. It's not water. It's vodka!
Kool-Aid, get your Kool-Aid here. 50 cents, Kool-Aid.
Vodka here. Fresh vodka. Vodka here. $1.50. Vodka here. $1.50. Vodka.
Greg? It happened again. Greg? Greg! Oh, fuck you, come on!
Johnny, my boy.
I said no, Kit.
What's that mean?
It means no. Same thing I told Kit last night when he ripped off my clothes and tossed my...
Salad. With extra sauce, please.
Thanks for lunch, Kit.
Anything for you, little buddy?
Looking at the library, the concern that my father had, that I had, as well as the board of directors, that this not
Mr. Major, can I go home now?
because if this was going to be a
Shut up, you
Billy
bitch.
Graham, my father wanted nothing to do with it. Matter of fact, when he goes through the library, he said it's got too much Billy Graham in it. I think if his name was mentioned one time.
All right, you faggot. You go hide and I'll come find you, capiche?
Okay. What's this game called again, Pete?
Go peep on your mom. All right, capiche? Just go. I'll come find you.
Okay, then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 again. @ symbol. Hashtag. Ready, here I come. Gotcha.
Mama didn't raise no food.
Guess not. Pound it.
Well, ladies, which one of these is go and which one of these is stop?
Oh, Steve. Steve, is it true that you have a hot tub we can go into later tonight?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember.
What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Okay. Yeah, that thing about which one was stop and which one was go was a serious question. Stupid bitches. Alright! Let's go!
Balloons! Get your balloons, people!
You have no salesman sense, Pete.
What the fuck does that mean?
You're a shitty salesman.
Think you can do better?
Why, yes. Balloons! Get your balloons!
I'll take 2, please.
You see, Pete, it's all how you present yourself.
I'll show you salesman sense. Buy a balloon, I'll rape your entire fucking family.
I talk to the trees, but they don't listen to me. I talk to the birds, and the sky, and the trees.
In the words of Porky Pig, piss off, kid.
Mister?
What do you want?
You're doing that all wrong, mister.
Well, you can just walk away before things get ugly. You hear me, boy?
Fine. Douchebag.
What'd you say?
I called you douchebag. Douchebag.
Jesus. Could somebody please pay the goddamn heating bill? I'm freezing in here. Where is in here? Oh, I forgot. Welcome to Spotlight on Strange Content.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, little to the left. A little to the left.
Not that difficult. And we have experts on several different countries.
God.
Why,
Hands are doing
we have the
magic.
African violin you would think would come from Africa. But no, it comes actually from Schenectady. And what experts,
You're
you may
waking
ask,
every
do we
part
have
of my
from
body.
Schenectady? We have Schenectady.
And she told me.
Tell me what she said, you John.
She told me. It's over. Holy cow! It's like we finish each other.
Finish each other's.
It's like we finish each other's.
Wank off sessions after a long night of whiskey dick.
Exactly. 2 more over here, please.
Bloody hell are you doing? I asked you a question, maggot. You hacking my brother's bloody files, boy? Don't fuck with my brother's computer. Huh? Huh? Nice.
I prayed for rain.
And why isn't it raining?
Because there is no God and there is no heaven.
How do you know that?
Because it's not raining.
So you conclude that there is no God and there is no heaven because you prayed for rain and it's not raining? Is that it?
Nothing bloody to watch.
It's okay, Pete. I'm just here to enjoy your company.
There's nothing to fucking eat. Fuck.
Just come back here and cuddle.
Cuddle? Seriously? Get the fuck out of my house! Cuddle, I'm fucking gay.
Yeah, best pussy you ever had.
Call me!
Sorry, buddy. Mama's got the reins pulled tight on this one.
Don't you just fuck me and then you leave me?
Man's gotta do what a boy's gotta screw.
What about the baby? You son of a bitch! You lied to me! This is what you did to me!
Can we check yet?
Patience, young Thomas.
Come on, let me check and see if she's texted me yet.
Patience, my son. Patience.
I don't have to listen to you, I'm gonna check.
Is that so?
Whoa! Let's not get crazy, Kit.
Crazy? Is that what you think I am? Crazy?
Let's just talk this out, Kit.
Talk? The verbal exchange of information between one human being and another?
Just chill out, Kit.
Chill? What you do to your jello when heated to its boiling point?
What are you saying?
Saying? The act of talking out of one's mouth?
What the fuck is this?
Fuck? What I'm going to do to your face in 1/2 of an hour?
You're not making any sense!
Sense! Also known as pocket change?
I'm out of here.
Here? The place we presently might be?
Put the gun down, Kit.
Kit? Like that? To patch one's bicycle tire?
Please!
Peas, the green little things that I enjoy on my tuna sandwich?
I said please!
Peas, the plural of pea. Example, I took 2 peas last night.
I'm not saying pee, I'm saying please, 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 you fucking moron!
Tom, what's wrong? What happened?
I just had the worst nightmare.
Nightmare? Another word for the rape you two are about to endure?
Why? Just why?
Why? A question one asks when wondering why? You would ask why? Where do you want me to read this note, Pete?
It's a love note. I'm gonna use it to get back married.
The girl you knew in the 2nd grade who moved to Fiji?
Yeah.
It's a love note, man. It's from my heart. I really want to get her back. It's true love.
Dear Meredith, you are a bitch, a liar, and a punk. And sooner or later, I will make you eat your lies and cram them up your ass along with my fist. Bitch.
You gotta admit, that's funny.
Steve, what makes a man is not the size of his paycheck, it's the size of his...
Donger sauce.
No, his ego, Steve. The size of his ego.
Oh.
And donger sauce. More grilled pigeon?
Okay, where is it?
You'll never find it.
Come on, buddy, where'd you hide the sausage?
In my ass.
Can't you ever think of a better place to hide it?
Well, you didn't find it, did you?
No, I didn't. Alright, give it here, it's my turn.
I can't.
Why not?
I hate it.
Before or after it was in your ass?
Both.
You got issues, motherfucker.
Hey, Matt, come in here and write another one.
No.
Why not?
It's starting to get stupid.
It's over!